Hello and welcome to the Cloud Animator beta service. So Cloud Animator is a free online browser-based service that allows you to create interactive animated projects. And the cool thing about this is that once you create these projects, you can send it to people and they can view it and interact with it on multiple devices like desktops, laptops, tablets, and even mobile phones. So today I'm going to show you how to create an animated holiday greeting card based on one of the templates that we have inside. So the first thing we need to do is to sign in. So you need to make sure that you have a Reallusion account. These are free and you can create one really quickly. So as soon as you log in, this will bring you into the main page of the Cloud Animator. And if you've created projects in the past, they will be saved here. So I'm going to try to replicate this Merry Christmas project that I did before. I'm going to go into Create Project, and you'll see the layout of the service. It looks very familiar to PowerPoint and Keynote, where we have our main window here along with our slides on the left. But we don't call them slides, we call them scenes, because you can interact with them and you can animate these scenes. So at the bottom we also have the timeline. So if you've used Crazy Talk in the past, you'll recognize the timeline. And if you haven't, don't worry, I'll show you how to use this. It's very simple. And on the right side, we have the content area, where it's divided both into templates and custom. So templates are the pre-made projects, pre-made scenes, pre-made images, sounds that you can find for free inside the service, and you can use these. And the custom ones are obviously the ones that you have created and uploaded to the service. So I'm going to go into template. I'm going to go down here. And I'm going to show you that we have up to 6 different Christmas templates that we could use. We have a cinematic template like this one. You're going to hear the music here. You drop the volume. So it's got a 3D effect with 3 different images, and you see the Christmas tree moving a bit. We also have another one like this photo frame one, which allows you to put your photos in this frame, and you can customize the photos and the text too. Very nice. We also have this other one here. This gives you that effect, that graphic effect with the snowflakes falling. So imagine if you can customize this with your own family picture here. And also we have this one here. This sort of reminds me of those pull-out cards, those greeting cards that you pull and they fold out and you see a little animation and they look like they're in 3D. This reminds me of that. And finally, we have one more template that's a bit more simple, but it has some pretty interesting effects because at the very end of this template, we actually use a video for the background. So these snowflakes you're seeing here, this is part of a video that we added into that template. So that's pretty cool when you think about it. All right, so let me start off. I will start customizing the one that I like best. This is my favorite one. It has a bunch of 3D effects. See the tree moving, and it has 1, 2, 3 images inside. Okay, it also has that greeting part. So the first thing I'd like to do is that I'm going to select this image and I will replace it with my own. So if you have a folder on your desktop, your own photograph, your family photos, you can select that and just drag it directly from your folder or from your desktop. Drag it into your browser, into the selected image, and it'll automatically upload and it'll replace that image in your project. See that? And you get a number prompt here telling you that you have just uploaded and you have one new asset inside the customs folder. So let's move the time scrub here, go to the second one, make sure it's selected, and I will drag a second image and it'll replace that one. Right about there. Great. So we have 1 and 2. So for the third image, obviously we need to have it selected, but I'm going to do something different. I'm not going to select it, and I'm going to show you what happens when you simply drag an image and you don't have a previous one selected. It will upload automatically, but it will not replace the one that you wish. It'll just superimpose it on top. Okay, so look at the custom folder here. We have 3 new images. So I will close this. I will delete that one. I will select the one that I wish to replace, go into my image folder and click on that third one, and it'll replace it. Okay, so now I have 1, 2, 3 in my scene. Okay, now there's one more thing I'd like to show you, that if you don't want to upload them one at a time, you can select all your images and just drag them into your browser at once, and it'll automatically batch upload all these images and save them in your custom folder. And then later on you can decide what you want to do with them. Okay, let's go into the next one here. I'm going to go into the greeting part. But before I do that, I want to show you, I want to give you a preview of what that looks like now with the first image, the first scene and the second scene. I'm going to go to preview, and I'm going to select preview all pages. This is going to generate a side preview, which will be exactly the same of what people will see when you send them this project. Once you finish everything and you send it to them, this is what they will be able to see. So the second one, the third one, this lasts for 12 seconds because that template is designed for 12 seconds for the first scene, and it'll transition into the second scene with a greeting. And this lasts for 30 seconds because it's the last one. All right, so we get the idea. Let's get to work on this one. So I'm going to click on that text, and immediately I get prompted with the text settings. So I will select this text and I will replace it. I will write, I wish my family and friends a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Just like that. All right. So if I wish to enlarge the text, I have two options. One, I can go here to the font settings and I can choose a different font size, or I can drop that. Or my favorite thing is to just grab one of these corners and just stretch it out. I like to do this because I feel it gives me more control on the size of that font. So I'm going to leave it like that. And besides changing the font size, I can also choose font style. So if I go in here, I could scroll through and I'll see that we have up to 60 different font styles that you can use. So let me pick one that looks appropriate for the holidays. I'm going to go down. Let's see this calligraphy. It looks okay, but I want something a bit more Christmassy. So let me try this dancing script here. Oh, this looks nice. And let me try to give it a bold. Okay, that looks good. So what about that color? Let's try to change that color. So I'm going to go in here and try to go to the color wheel, and I'm going to rotate this around, and I can choose a blue, I can choose a green. Let's say a blue would work good. I can do that. All right. I can also decide if I want to pick a specific color. Let me refresh this page here, reload, and go back. So I can also choose if I wish to change a specific color. I can go here to the color picker, and I will click on that. And then if I hover my mouse cursor over my images here, I can choose any color I like. So I want a rich green color. I like that one right there. Let's select that. And that looks very nice. Very cool. All right, let's go to that next text here. I will say, love Eugene. Okay, and let's change that to black. Very cool. I like that. So I think that looks pretty good. We're going to have the first one, and then we're going to have the second scene come in with that custom text. Very nice. So I can end this project as it is, and I can send it. But I wish to add a third scene, and I wish to customize this project, change it up a bit. So I'm going to go over here and create a new scene. And what I wish to do at this point here is I wish to add another image. I have one saved here, this one here. Hold up. I will drag that in. It'll upload into my folder, my online folder. And then I will drag the corners to make my image fit. Beautiful. I like that. Get rid of that prompt. And what else should we do? What about some text? Let's go in there and I will write, call me on Christmas Eve. Or better yet, let me change this to email me on Christmas Eve. Email me on Christmas Eve, and I will drop that on Christmas Eve. Bring it down. Let's change the color. Let's give it a white. Oh, not yellow, white. Okay. What about that font? Let's go back to that dancing script font. Oh, that looks nice. Let me enlarge the text. I like that. And besides this, we also have line spacing. I didn't show this in the last one, where I can choose how I wish to space my lines here. I can also choose if I want to give my text a text shadow. So I like this color. Let me just blur it up a bit and adjust the offset. I don't want to offset it too much. Just enough to give a nice little emphasis to my text. Enlarge it a bit. And that should be good. So why am I doing this? Well, because I want to create an interactive button here. With the Cloud Animator service, you can drop in icons, you can drop in images, you can drop in shapes, and each asset that you use, you can actually give it a call to action command. You can have people call you if they click on that. You can have people email you or visit a specific website or something. So what I want to do is I want to add a button here, a button that serves as a reference point so that people know, hey, if I click on this, maybe something happens. And to do that, I'm going to go up here into shapes, and I'll show you that we have different buttons. We have arrows, we have callouts and speech bubbles. We have clip arts. Some of these are solid. Some of these are outline. So I could use this mail here, but I don't like it. I think we can do better. So let me go out. I'm going to go into images, but not my custom, but the template images, and I'm going to go to logo. And here we have a lot of famous logos that we recognize. So I wish to use this one here. This is a Google Gmail email logo. Very recognizable, and I will drop this in right there. I like that. Okay, so it gives you the feeling that I need to click on that. So I will select it, and as soon as I select it, I'm going to be brought into the image settings, and I have an option here that says link. So I'll click on link, and these are the call to action commands that I have. So if I had, for example, a phone image, I can click on phone, and I could give a specific phone number. So when I send this project to someone and that person is viewing it on an Android device or an iOS device, and they click on that, they will immediately be prompted to call that specific number that I gave them. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I can also redirect them to a specific website, as I mentioned, or a scene if I want them to go back to cover number 1. But in this example, I want them to email me. So I will change the email, eugene@gmail.com. And then I will drop in Merry Christmas. Okay? And that should be okay. Great. So we have now our third scene. Let me refresh this. I'll go back to the second one. So we have first, second, and then the third one. But remember that when we use this custom folder, it was first programmed in a way where we only have scene 1, scene 2, and then scene 2 lasts for 30 seconds. But now I have scene 3. So I want to customize the flow of my scenes so that they all play back. So how do we do this? I just hover over the first one, the first slide, and I go to settings. And I need to make sure that we have scenes on autoplay. And then the scene time for the first one is about 12 seconds. We can leave that because we have 3 images. Let me go to the second scene. I'll customize that here. Make sure this is on scenes autoplay again. Let me play this here so we know what we have. And the scene time, I'm going to change this to just 10 seconds. Okay? And then we're going to go to the last scene. make sure it's on autoplay, and I'm going to change this to, we can leave it at 30 seconds. And the reason is because this is the last scene that we have. So we want people to end on this scene, and we want them to take their time to click on that icon and give me that, send me that email for Christmas. All right, so I think we're good. I can preview all of these, preview all pages, and this is loading, generating my preview. And we have our first image, our second image, our third. This lasts for 12 seconds, remember? And this will go into my second scene. This lasts for 10 seconds. Love Eugene. And then I'll jump into the third one. And this one lasts for 30 seconds. Now check this out. If I hover over that email icon, my cursor changes. If I click on it, that'll prompt my device to open my email with that email and with that text, with that subject. So now they can email me. All right, so that's it for this tutorial. Oh, hold up. That's not it. What we want to do right now is that we wish to share this. We wish to send it out. So before we do that, we need to save. So I'm going to click on save, and I could write in, let's say, Merry Christmas, Christmas from Eugene and family. And fam, let's say, and family. All right, and then I can choose the thumbnail if I wish, the cover or the greeting or the third one. I think that the first one looks okay. Or I could choose the greeting one. How about that? Because I saved this project already, I don't want to confuse it with the first one. Let's do this one here, and I will save. So immediately this is already saving to the server, and I will have this one in my main page right about now. All right, so now we can see that in my customs folder, I get prompted again, and I have my new scene saved. Okay, so once I have my new scene, the next thing that I need to do is that I need to share this. I need to send this out. So I will go into share. Okay, so I wish to share this one, and I need to make sure that I publish this. So I will click on publish first, and this will update. So as soon as it's updated, you'll notice that I have another icon here for sharing. Let me just finish, make sure it's updated completely. There we go. So I'll click on share, and here I have several options. I could grab this URL link and I can send it to someone on a messaging application like Skype, and if that person clicks on that link, they will automatically see my animated project and they can interact with it. Another way, obviously, is to just directly publish to Google Play, to Twitter, or even to Facebook. And I can change the description here. Okay, create your free interactive media today. So let's change this, and I'll say, thank you all for a wonderful year. Okay, and we're going to share this to Facebook. So for this, you need to make sure that you have a Facebook account. Eugene has his own Facebook account, and I'm already logged in. So as soon as I click on the Facebook share here, this will connect into that Facebook, and we will have that message. We will have that Merry Christmas from Eugene and family. That's the name of the project, followed by the customized description that I gave it, and then I could write something else. Click on the email icon, just like that, and I can post this. And we're done. So if I go to his Facebook account and I refresh, people will be able to see my project on that Facebook link, and they can click on it. And again, they can do this on any desktop, on any laptop, tablets. They could do this on mobile phones, smartphones, obviously, Android or iOS. Very cool. Go into the next one. They can also view this in full screen if they like. And finally, the last one. And as I mentioned, if they click on that last icon, they will be prompted to email me. All right, so that's it for this tutorial. We hope you enjoy this. We hope you start using some of these animated greeting cards for the holidays. And stick around for new tutorials that we're going to have on the new Cloud Animator beta service. Thank you.